Good evening. It's 8 o'clock. The top headlines this Monday night. Well, petrol diesel prices up today again. It's now 4 rupees per litre, hike in 1 week. Protests against the fuel price hike in Parliament. The centre says the prices are being impacted globally because of the Ukraine war. But meanwhile, crude oil crashes over 7% today after a Shanghai lockdown because of a dip in demand. Amid Sri Lanka's worst ever economic crisis, the foreign minister meets the Sri Lankan president. Delhi assures Colombo of continuing support. The foreign minister's visit after a $1 billion line of credit to Sri Lanka just a few weeks ago. Assault in the West Bengal Assembly. The Trinamool and BJP MLAs trade charges and blows, as you can see in these pictures. The Speaker suspends the BJP's top leader in the Assembly and 4 other MLAs. The West Bengal governor met the Home Minister today in Delhi and BJP MPs also to complain. Well, in the hijab aftermath, today Class 10 board exams in Karnataka are held peacefully. The government says only one girl was turned back. That a majority, in fact 99%, attended and gave their exams, removing their hijab before entering the classroom. The Home Minister and Punjab Chief Minister now face off over perks for Chandigarh government staff. Yesterday, the Home Minister announced central government benefits for the Union Territory of Chandigarh service officers. But Bhagwant Maan ki baat, saying that Chandigarh is Punjab's, not the centre's. India's Himalayan achievement, the first look at the Kashmir-Ladakh Zojila tunnel. Our lead story tonight, well, it is the fuel prices which are up now by 4 rupees a litre in the last 1 week. The centre says that this is because of the global impact of the Ukraine war. However, today prices are down, crude oil prices are down because of a lockdown in China's biggest commercial city, Shanghai, and the fears over a dip in demand. Will that be passed on to the consumer? Meanwhile, protests in Parliament as well over the fuel prices hike.
Petrol and diesel prices have been hiked by 4 rupees and more in the last 7 days.
सब पे इफेक्ट हो रहा है।
अभी पेट्रोल डलाएंगे या खाएंगे कुछ समझ नहीं आता।
पेट्रोल अब महंगा हो रहा है तो सब चीज महंगा हो जाएगा।
Those with low income say their costs are spiking.
15,000 के आसपास सैलरी होती है जो राइडर होते हैं और 1,000 रुपीज़ एक्स्ट्रा बढ़ जाता है, कभी कभी इतना तेल लग जाता है हम लोगों का।
दिक्कत तो है मैम, जो बंदे अभी 2 व्हीलर वगैरह यूज करते हैं, अभी ऐसे मान लीजिए हमारा स्कूटी है, बहुत कम एवरेज देते हैं। महंगाई तो हर चीज़ में बढ़ गया ज़्यादा, तो पेट्रोल में इतना असर पड़ेगा तो हर चीज़ में असर पड़ रहा है ना। मोदी जी ऐसे भी देश के लिए बहुत काम कर रहा है, लेकिन पेट्रोल वगैरह जो है आम आदमी के लिए इसके बारे में सोचना चाहिए, ठीक है। तो जैसे महंगाई बढ़ता रहे, बड़े बड़े लोगों के लिए तो कोई दिक्कत नहीं, लेकिन हमारे जैसे लोग क्या करेंगे। 25-30 हजार वाला सैलरी है, उनका मंथली बजट इतना हो जाएगा।
Global prices went haywire.
The government blames the Ukraine war for crude oil prices going haywire. These have risen by 41% since last November when the government cut and froze the prices.
And the military action which has taken place is taking place in one part of the world, that global prices went haywire. And in the process, I should use to say, the wide fluctuation. As a result, the supplies to wholesalers somehow became more expensive than the supplies at the retail point.
Members can raise it during the please.
In Parliament, the opposition is largely united and protested against the Rajya Sabha chair's refusal to allow a discussion over the fuel price hikes.
2014 से इनकी सरकार बनी है, 18 बार टैक्सेस बढ़ा चुके हैं। आए दिन पेट्रोल के प्राइस बढ़ रहे हैं, डीजल के प्राइस बढ़ रहे हैं और उसकी महंगाई की मार सभी को पड़ेगी। तो पेट्रोल प्राइसेस, जो ऑयल था, ऑयल का कॉस्ट कितना बढ़ गया था, 2 दुगना हो चुका था, पर तभी आपने कुछ नहीं किया क्योंकि आपको पता था वो राज्य सरकारों में आपको चोट पहुंचेगी वोट की। जैसे ही आपके चीफ मिनिस्टर्स स्वेरिंग हो चुकी है, स्वेरिंग इन सेरेमनी हो चुकी है, वैसे ही आए दिन चोट डाल रहे हैं जनता आपकी जेब पर। तो कहीं ना कहीं जो ये डीरेगुलेशन का हवाला देते हैं, वो डीरेगुलेशन नहीं है, रेगुलेशन फॉर पॉलिटिकल अपॉर्चुनिज्म है।
ये सरकार, मोदी जी की सरकार 2014 और 2019 में महंगाई के खिलाफ बड़े बड़े प्रदर्शन करके सत्ता में ही आए। बहुत बड़ी बड़ी इन्होंने बातें की है कि महंगाई को रोक लेंगे। अब महंगाई चरम पे है।
Earlier this month, the government had said that it would make a calibrated intervention to control the fuel prices in order to limit the damage caused to the common man. But with the speed at which the prices are rising, there is no relief for the common man, at least for now. In New Delhi with Himanshu Shekhar Mishra and camera person Sushil Rathi, this is Sukirti Dwivedi for NDTV.
And China has begun its most extensive lockdown in 2 years today, conducting mass testing to control a growing outbreak in its commercial heart, Shanghai. Questions now being raised about the economic toll of the nation's zero-COVID strategy. Shanghai is China's financial capital and largest city, 26 million people, of which a majority are now in lockdown. This, as Shanghai has reported over 3,000 cases, which is about 70% of China's total. One unexpected fallout of this is that crude oil prices are down because of a dip in demand expected because of the Shanghai shutdown. This, of course, China's fresh resurgence of cases coming as India's COVID cases are at a record low and deaths also at a record low with just 12,070 fresh COVID cases. The active cases in India are just 0.04% of total infections. Let's just look at the markets now. Well, the global markets are gaining because investors are hopeful on a fresh round of Russia-Ukraine talks. The Sensex gained 231 points, ending at 57,593. The Nifty also up at 17,222. European markets have gained over 1%. Brent crude prices have also eased to $114 per barrel as demand fears emerge after the Shanghai lockdown. Meanwhile, the other international news, which is the big headline, is India's foreign minister is currently met with the Sri Lankan top leadership, including the president and the prime minister, as the country battles its worst ever economic crisis with serpentine queues at petrol pumps, exams postponed. India had, of course, extended help with a recent credit guarantee of over $2.4 billion. The foreign minister tweeted, pleased to call on the president of Sri Lanka, looked at various dimensions of our close neighbourly friendship and assured him of India's continued cooperation and understanding. This coming, of course, as the Rajapaksas are under fire from the opposition about the current situation in Sri Lanka. Well, let's go across to the big Indian headlines, and that, of course, is in Bengal, where chaotic scenes are witnessed in the assembly with the punches thrown between MLAs of the Trinamool Congress and the opposition BJP. These visuals there tweeted by the BJP show complete chaos, violence and ruckus as really, I mean, these are lawmakers, but as you can see, it's down to physical scuffle and chaos.
BJP and TMC MLAs coming to blows inside the West Bengal Assembly. A TMC MLA alleged that BJP Shubhendu Adhikari and leader of the opposition, no less, had punched him. The BJP countered with similar allegations.
শুভেন্দু অধিকারী নিজে আমাকে ঘুষি মেরেছে। আমাদের মূলত 8-10 জনকে ধাক্কা ধাক্কি ঘুষি ইত্যাদি মেরেছে। সবচেয়ে বেশি চোখে লাগার মতো আহত হয়েছেন আদিবাসী পরিবার থেকে চা বাগান থেকে উঠে আসা আমাদের চিফ হুইপ অত্যন্ত ভদ্র বিনয়ী মনোজ টিগ্গা। আমাদের তফসিলি জাতি পরিবার থেকে উঠে আসা আপনারা জানেন তার স্বামীর সঙ্গে সে মিস্ত্রির কাজ করে জীবন যাপন করে সেই চন্দনা বাউরি সেই মহিলাকে পুরুষ নিরাপত্তা রক্ষীরা তারা গায়ে হাত দিয়েছে।
However, the speaker has suspended 5 BJP MLAs, including the leader of the opposition, Shubhendu Adhikari, for future sessions this year for their allegedly unruly conduct in the House. The speaker says the BJP MLAs were the aggressors.
এটা অত্যন্ত নিন্দনীয়। আমি তো খুব খারাপ লেগেছে আমাদের মহিলা যারা সিকিউরিটি গার্ড রয়েছেন তাদের উপর যেভাবে ওরা ঝাঁপিয়ে পড়েছিলেন এটা আমি ভাবতেই পারি, এটা অভাবনীয়। মহিলাদের কোনো সম্মান থাকবে না।
The BJP says it will move court. The BJP was attacking the Mamata government over the horrific killing of 8 people in Bhirbhum last week, including women and children, after the murder of a TMC functionary. And today's ruckus erupted after they demanded that the Chief Minister make a statement. In Kolkata with Jaishankar, Saurabh Gupta, NDTV.
Moving to other big story from Karnataka, where board exams were held today. The big worry is that many girls from the minority community who wear a hijab would not attend. But today, the government said that all girls actually gave their exams, except for one girl who turned back because she wanted to wear a hijab and give the exam. The other girls were allowed into the campus with their hijabs on, but had to take it off before they went into the classrooms. The state insists this is because of the High Court order and not because of any state bias.
Almost 8.5 lakh students took the board exams in Karnataka today, but only 2 cases of hijab-clad students being turned away from their board exams today have been reported so far. In Bagalkot district of Karnataka, one student who entered her examination centre at Government First Grade College in Ilkal in Bagalkot district of Karnataka was asked to leave the premises for refusing to take off her hijab. She returned home without taking her final board exams. Speaking exclusively to NDTV, Education Minister said they are probing if it was a student or any anti-social elements involved.
I heard that one student from Hubballi and 3 students from other place have said that we are not going to take exam without hijab. The total exam has been taken place totally peacefully. We have asked the DDPI to give a report on that. Which student, why they did not attend.
However, in another incident, a 10th student was sent back home for wearing a burqa and was not allowed to write the 10th board exam at Shanti Niketan School in Hubli, north of Karnataka. But the student returned to the school and was allowed to take her exam after she had changed her clothes to her uniform. Over 100 students missed out on their final practical exams. But today was the first day of the 10th board exams, where the government says they've seen at least about 97 to 98% of attendance. However, the Education Minister B.C. Nagesh was also of the opinion that those students who miss out on their the final exams will also be given an opportunity to appear for the supplementary exams. In Bengaluru, with camera person Govind Murthy, Shrija for NDTV.
The Punjab government will fight strongly for its rightful claim over Chandigarh, the Chief Minister said today in his first reaction to Union Home Minister Amit Shah announcing a move to extend central government benefits to Chandigarh administration employees, saying they're part of the UT cadre. Bhagwant Mann and the Akalis and the Congress have objected to this move.
आपकी सेवानिवृत्ति की वय बढ़ जाएगी, 58 की जगह 60 हो जाएगी। शिक्षा के साथ जुड़े हुए सभी कर्मचारी अधिकारी जो है, शिक्षा संस्थान के शिक्षक, प्रोफेसर, शिक्षण संकाय के सभी का निवृत्ति का आयु 65 हो जाएगा और बाल शिक्षा के भत्ते के भी आप लोग हकदार हो जाएंगे और महिला कर्मचारियों के लिए चाइल्ड केयर के लिए 1 साल की जगह 2 साल की छुट्टी भी इसके अंदर शामिल हो जाएगी.
Well, moving now to our special focus tonight, and this really is India's Himalayan achievement. Here's a first look at the Kashmir-Ladakh Zojila Tunnel, which will be Asia's longest road tunnel.
This will be India's longest bi-directional road tunnel. It has a huge strategic importance. The tunnel will provide all-weather road connectivity to Ladakh. Work on this tunnel has been expedited after border situation in Ladakh.
Hectic construction continues along the 13-kilometer long tunnel under the Zojila Pass, which lies over 100 kilometers from Srinagar. Once completed, the 4,500 crore rupees project will end up being the longest road tunnel in India. Travelling between Srinagar and Leh presently through the Kargil area, where India fought a war in 1999, is a perpetual nightmare. Crossing the Zojila Pass at 11,500 feet is a nightmare. Not only is the pass closed for 5 months a year because of snowfall, it is also narrow, and being stranded in traffic jams in the dusty high altitude pass is often a daily reality.
We know this project is very important to the India and especially for Ladakh people and army people, as Sir told. So this given a boost to us.
It's not easy to work in these freezing cold temperatures. Everyone, not the local Kashmiris, but the people who are working outside the states, right. Moreover, they're not used to this temperature. Since, as we have told, that it's a very significant project, okay. That makes us going each and every day.
We face hardships, but we fight.
Around 1,000 workers are working on the project, which will transform the logistic support that the Indian armed forces need to keep soldiers on the Pakistan and China front well stocked through the year. For decades, with the Zoji Pass shut down in winter, only Air Force transports were able to fly into Leh. By 2024, when the pass opens, that is all set to change. The journey itself across the pass, which now takes 3 hours, will take only 30 minutes. A game changer. The man behind the project, Harpal Singh, is the general manager of Mega Engineering Infrastructure Limited. He works through the year, even when temperature falls to minus 30 degrees.
Next 300 meter of tunnel, ground is very bad. So we have to go cautiously, and we will slow down our progress, and we will add more strength to the rock. Now we are passing through below a water body. There are nalas, so we have to take special kind of measures so that tunnel should not fail.
At the Zoshila Pass, with Nasir Masoodi, Bureau Report, NDTV.